Hey, what's up? It's Wing Chun Kid here. We're going to show you the top 3 exercises for Wing Chun beginners. So if you want to learn Wing Chun and you want to be a good fighter in the shortest time possible, start doing these 3 exercises and get stronger. Alright, the first exercise is single leg standing. So we're going to start with our feet together. Alright, we're going to open our stance as usual. And then we're going to go on one leg and then we're just going to lift up one of our feet. Our hands we're going to put and cover our stomachs like this. Okay, we're just going to hold up our leg as high as possible, bring the knee as high as possible. Okay, if you can't bring it that high, just leave it like this. And you want to make sure that your foot is on a diagonal and it's not vertical like that. Okay, hold that for 30 seconds to a minute. Alright, and once you do that, just do the other leg. Put it down, lift up the other one, and put this leg. Okay, hold it to 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, make sure you're breathing and make sure you're relaxed. Make sure your eyes are looking straight. Okay, so just hold that like that. If you can't hold that high, you can do lower here. Okay, but the higher you go, then the stronger you get. Alright, so do that anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, so another variation, once you get good at this, is to now put out your hands in a Baizhang position. So just this one, like this. You look from the side. One else out here, a little bit bent, and the other one is by the elbow here. Okay, so I'm just going to do this and hold that for 30 to 60 seconds. If you're getting tired, you can lower this leg a little bit. Okay, ideally you want to lift it nice and high like that. Okay, and then make sure your eyes are looking right down your finger here. Okay, so you go this way. I'm looking straight down my index finger. And this one is right here. Okay, so that's the variation of it. If you can get the first one perfect, then you start doing this by raising your hand. Okay, so once you've done on one side, then the other side. Okay. Right, so that's the second variation. Okay, now for the third variation. Once you get those 2 first variations, good. Now do the same thing, but close your eyes and do it. Now this is going to be a lot harder and you might be wobbly a little bit, but trying to focus on having balance, trying to focus on having a relaxed balance. Imagine a straight line going down and up and down the body. Okay? It's hard to do it when I'm talking, so let's do it without talking. Okay? And breathe and relax. Try to hold that for 30 seconds to a minute with your eyes closed. Okay, so once you can do that 30 seconds to a minute, then you've mastered this technique. And the reason we do this is for 2 things. Number 1, for balance, and number 2, for leg strength. Alright, so that's exercise number 1. Go and practice. Alright, technique number 2 is going to train your elbow power and striking power. How we start with that, we're going to open up our hands like this, put them together real close. Okay, if it's too hard on your wrist, then you can rotate it this way. Okay, but you don't want to be completely forward. You want to have them at least 45, ideally on a 90-degree angle. And once you got that, you're just going to hold this position like this. Okay, so that's the first level. Okay, so there it is. Go sideways. I'm actually supporting it right on my stomach there. So my elbows are right on my stomach. Make sure your shoulders are nice and low, which means they're not high. You're not shrugged like this. Make sure that your shoulders are down compared to your body. Okay, if it's too hard for you, you can start with just a kneel like this. Once you get a little bit stronger, you can do it with both feet, or even just with one foot, one toe. Okay, so hold that for 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, so that's the second exercise. Alright, so for a variation of the second exercise, once you get good at the first one, is now do it with your knuckles. Okay, how I like to do it is put your knuckles like this, vertical, and you want to you can put your thumb here, or you can tuck it in. It'll be easier if you put a thumb here just for extra support. And you can train your thumb strength too. Now you can do it like this. So let's just do it like this. So put it in this position. Okay? So from here, you can do this, and then even harder if you're tucking your thumbs. Or you do this a little bit easier. You train your thumbs. Okay, so once you hold this position, okay, so from the side, maybe like this. So notice that my fists are not completely together. They can be a little bit apart, like that. So you go from the side, like this. Okay? Now if the floor is too hard for you, you might want to put a mat or something underneath. The next part is just to do push-ups from this position. Okay? So do about 10 push-ups or more. Okay? And then hold it. Okay? So you can do two things. Either hold it for 30 seconds to a minute, or do push-ups from that position. Alright, here's the third variation of exercise number 2. So last time we did our knuckles like this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our knuckles this way. Alright? And then we're going to, since my knuckles are getting tired, it's not going to hurt, then we use a mat. So this one, probably better to use a mat, unless you have really tough knuckles. You're going to put them together like this in your stomach, and then now balance on just your 2 fists. Okay? You can't see it from the side. Oops. So you're just balancing on your 2 fists and nothing else is touching the ground. Try to straighten up your body as much as possible. Okay, and you want to hold that for 30 seconds to a minute. Alright, so exercise number 1 was to train your balance and your leg strength. Exercise number 2 was to train your arm power and your striking power. Now exercise number 3 is going to train your mobility and your stance. Alright, so from the Ijikirima position, we're just going to do our circle stance. Alright, so our left one comes a little bit past the center line and circles back out. Right one comes in, you got to shift your weight to your left. Right one comes in past the center a little bit and then circles back to your right. You shift to your right and so on. And then hands, you can just keep in a fist position up here. Okay, so a little bit faster. Try to keep your feet going back to the same position each time so that you don't go too wide and then small and then wide and small and eventually you go to one side. So try to keep in one spot. Alright, so here's the next step of that exercise. So before we were staying stationary, now we're going to move forward. So circle with your left and then now in the front, circle with your right, circle with your left, circle with your right. Alright, notice that my feet are always pointing inwards. Same thing when I go back, still pointing inwards, and so on. Okay? And make sure that you are doing a circle. So you shift your weight to your back leg, do a circle, slide, make sure you're sliding across the ground. Make sure you're not lifting it like that. That's different. You're actually sliding with your toes. And still keeping contact with the ground. So going backwards, like that. Kind of like skating. Alright, so that'll teach you how to get control of your feet movement with your footwork. Alright, the next exercise is the same movement, except now instead of just doing the right left one, then right one, we're going to do our left one, and then we're going to do a circle back with our right one. Okay? So imagine we're just doing this. Remember, we're doing this circle stance, but now we do it with both feet, with one moving forward, and the other one staying in the same place. Okay? And then one moving forward, and then the other one going back to the same place. One moving forward, one circle, going to the same place. One moving forward, and so on. Okay? And then backwards. Okay? Backwards. 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 Like that. Okay? Now make sure that you're doing the proper inside circle, especially when you're circling the back one. You don't want to be circling out and in. It should be in, then out. Because in the form it's in, then out, in, then out. So when you're stepping forward, the back one should go in, then out. Okay, make sure it's not going out and in. See the difference? So you go this way, the back one should go in and out. And then we use the same move the same leg forward, and the back one goes in and out. Then this one moves again, back one goes in and out. Then we go backwards, circle. This one again, when you're going backwards, goes in, then out. Okay, make sure you don't go out, then in. That's the wrong way. Alright, so we go backwards, in and out, and then backwards, in and out, backwards, in and out, and so on. Back to this position. Alright, so that's the third variation. Alright, now for our bonus exercise, we're going to combine some of those movements that we just learned. Alright, so we're going to start with this, do our circle. At the same time, we're going to get our hands up in this position. So, circle, and then when your front leg is up, we're going to do our balance technique here. So we're putting our leg out like this. Alright, so from here, we just drop. And we're going to do it again. So circle, switch, and then kick. So let me move back. Okay, so actually you can start like this too if you want. So just circle, okay, and then as you lift up that leg, this hand comes underneath, and then we just switch to this one. Okay, and then we're just going to land our feet back in position. Alright, and then we're going to do another circle. Like that. So I'll go diagonally this way, you can see better. Okay, so, alright. Okay, so just do that. So circle, up, circle, up, like that. Alright, so that combines some of those movements, so you can start practicing the leg kicks and the footwork and some of the hand movements at the same time. Hey, thanks for watching the top 3 exercises for Wing Chun beginners. So we learned how to use our leg power, how to use our hand power, and how to get better footwork and balance. Alright, so you work on these exercises will get you to become a stronger Wing Chun fighter in the shortest time possible. I hope you liked this video. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel and get more cool stuff like this. And also check out some of my other playlists and some of my most popular videos. Alright, we'll see you soon.